too. I think that I was on my Bluetooth and it wasn't working. I was driving, and basically, my video was it sounded like I was talking like Darth Vader. Yeah, so this will be something I'll regularly do and all of that type of stuff. And it's really, it's really just like the title of this video, running towards the pain, dealing with what you got to do in life. You know, I did a video on submit or suffer, and life, unfortunately, is suffering. It's really no way around it. Some days you might not be suffering as much as other days, but life is suffering. I don't want to put anybody in a down that's already in a down, like a depressed state or a downward state. I don't want to pass a lot of light in it as well as darkness. So don't misconstrue my message to be negative or think negatively. This is out of positivity. This is out of reality, out of extreme realism. Take with it as you wish. Leave out you don't. Yeah, so I might it's a Mercury retrograde today. I noticed the full moon, so this is like peak uh, cosmic energy going on right now. Like people are noticing going like insane, going crazy. This is like this is time that you probably want to make sure you getting enough sleep, making sure that you're not going crazy. You might want to even stay out of people's way during this time. That's just an FYI. you know but yeah, running towards the pain, when you do run towards the pain, I think it is therapeutic. I think it is therapeutic to run towards the pain, just to deal with it. you know a lot of times we try to run away from pain. We try to just basically have comfort. I remember one dude that I worked with when I worked at the liquor company. um he had a hat. It says comfort kills. And I just I wanted that was one of the that's something that I'm gonna definitely, that'll be something that I'll probably most likely put on a t-shirt. I just never, it's just one of those things that I never got around to doing. But yeah, comfort does kill. And as I was talking about in the video earlier, eating sugar and corn syrup, it does a lot of effects and harm on the body. And one of those things is, you get cavities, and those cavities are very, very hard to cure. Some dentists say you can't cure cavities. Um, they say that it's no cure for cavities. Some people say it is. Um, I'm not gonna go into that as far as I know the YouTube police is out there, but I've done some things in the past, and it's kind of, it's not too extreme, but it does take a lot of work to do it. I think if you're gonna try to kind of heal your teeth, heal your cavities, you have to be really stringent with it, and then you also have to cut out the sugar. The hardest part is cutting out that sugar, what I was saying in the video before was, you could say sugar is the devil. If you said sugar is the devil, the statement would be true. You couldn't say that sugar isn't the devil, because it'll be a strong argument against that statement. It would be strong to go against that argument that sugar is the devil. People talk about marijuana being like a gateway drug and stuff like that to other drugs. I'm gonna say this, and this is my opinion: the ultimate gateway drug is sugar. Okay, sugar is the ultimate gateway drug to all the other drugs. In my opinion, sugar is that. And also sugar, and I'll just say that this is opinionated. This is just comedy. Okay, this is not me saying anything for like medical purposes or research or scientific medical research. You know, big pharma is worth like 1.4 trillion dollars. Actually, you could say, you could round it up to $2 trillion. Big pharma is worth about on average about 2 trillion. If you round it up, $2 trillion. And then here's the thing, right? If you combine big pharma and then let's just say the narcotics industry, and you put them together, you're talking about roughly about $5 trillion. $5 trillion. Okay. And that's in the United. Like I said before, I lost connection. Yes, if you combine the pharmaceutical industry and the narcotics industry, you it's about $5 trillion. Okay, so a lot of it, if you base the origin of it, it's like I said, like the like you going back to Salem witch trials and like witches, warlocks, and basically pills and potions and shit like that. And the thing is that it's really old. It's old, you know what I'm saying? And they don't want no competition, you know what I'm saying? And it is what it is. Uh, they got a lot of money. I work in the healthcare industry now. I work for basically all of the top pharmaceutical companies in the world, you could even say. I work for them in the IT department. I work for about 3 pharmaceutical companies. One of the pharmaceutical companies I work for, it got bought out. I was a security guard there. That was before I was in IT. And that was tripped out. That was a weird job, man. I mean, oh my God, that damn security post, boy, that security post was odd as hell, man. It's like, it was weird, that job. I only worked there for like, well, I worked there for probably, oh man, I think a month. I don't know. I had got sick, and then I don't know. I just quit, man. It was just some weird shit I had to deal with, and then I wasn't getting paid. I wasn't getting paid on time, so I was going pretty far. But all of that aside, yeah, that pharmaceutical company I worked for, that was like the first pharmaceutical company I worked for, and they made pills for HIV/AIDS. That pharmaceutical company that I work for, and they used to, basically be in the labs. The scientists used to be in the labs, and they used to, be experimenting. and you had to come and check on them, because if they in the labs and they got sick or something, you got to be able to be the one to call 911, call an emergency, you know, and then they'll be working inside a chamber, that they'll be doing some work in a chamber. This shit was beyond like, ooh, spooky stories time, weird, you know, like really weird. And I you know what I'm saying, they didn't pay me really enough to really deal with all of that. So I had a lab coat, I was working security, these scientists was in the labs, they had little mice traps all throughout the building that was lit up, because they was working with mice, they was experimenting on mice, you know. And you had to go walk the posts and everything like that. And I was all over the building. They was had scientists dealing with nanotechnology, experiment with Lord knows, God knows what. And all I know is the company, one of the drugs they used, it was basically to treat HIV/AIDS. So that was the first pharmaceutical company I worked for. I was working security. But then when I got into IT, you know, basically in the northern suburbs of Illinois, a lot of people don't know, that's like a Silicon Valley of pharmaceutical companies. See, you wouldn't know this shit because, you know what I'm saying? Like, most motherfuckers don't be, you know what I'm saying? Like, how would you know that? How would you know that, being from, you know, Tupelo, Kansas, that it was a Silicon Valley in the northern suburbs of Illinois? Basically, the North Chicago is a Silicon Valley of pharmaceutical companies. Pfizer, AbbVie, Abbott, Baxter, and then he was even they okay, this is how big the pharmaceutical companies are, right? This is crazy, right? So I work for Abbott and Baxter. Abbott is like the fucking father of pharmaceutical companies. It's the god of pharmaceutical companies in the United States. They was the first pharmaceutical company that like like ever existed in the United States, like one of the first big ones. So you gotta understand that, you know, these people were oddball. You want to talk about black pill, mad scientists, super intelligent, smart, and extremely rich, and they lived up there, and they um, were making drugs back in the 1800s. Um, they, you know what I'm saying, they children went to school. They, you know what I'm saying, worked for the same company, and they made, you know, they worked for the business. This shit is old, you know what I'm saying? And they had a lot of money, and extremely rich. Okay. And Abbott was so big that they had to split off. They had to split into two different companies. And then Baxter followed them. Okay. Baxter split off into two companies. So I work for both, just basically just where I probably have a full connection. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't have no connection issues, but you know, this is some real shit right here, right? This is ain't nobody on YouTube talking about what I'm talking about right now too. And ain't probably ever really, I don't know. They probably some people talking about some shit. But this some heavy shit right here. So basically, yeah, the pharmaceutical companies, man, they got a big stronghold on this shit. You know what I'm saying? They got a big stronghold. They got a lot of money. If you want to make money in the stock market, The biggest gains I've ever made was pharmaceutical stocks. I mean, like no cap, like that's $1 million worth of game right there. I mean, the pharmaceutical stocks, literally, you could make more money than you ever made in one day off of pharmaceutical stocks. Now, I'm not against pharma. I'm not against drugs, actual drugs, chemicals. Okay, it all comes from chemit. Okay, I'm not against. Don't get me wrong. Like, don't get it twisted. I'm not against drugs. I take aspirins. Okay, I mean, you know what I'm saying. I take ibuprofens. I normally just try to go to sleep because a lot of times you just need some sleep. You just gotta go take a nap or go to sleep early, and usually you wake up and your body repairs itself naturally. You know, you take vinegar, apple cider vinegar. You take chew on, like, swallow some garlic. A lot of people can't chew garlic. Okay, they're not, you know, some people ain't tough enough to chew garlic. Swallow some cinnamon. Um, Turmeric helps wet too, but it's kind of bitter going down. But basically, like, yeah, if your stomach is upset, right? You literally take garlic. I mean, you take cinnamon, and a lot of times that'll help it, like, almost instantly. Like, you gotta understand too, even before they before they left Europe and went to America, they went to war over spices. Okay, that's where, like, I'm talking like the 1500s. It was pirates. It was, you know, wooden ships. People were sailing all across the world. They was going to war over spices because once they realized that the herbs and the spices and stuff, it make the food taste better. It cures people of certain ailments. They find, you know, the Indians had a lot of spices and herbs, and they was trading it, you know, back and forth throughout the world, the Middle East, Africa, and, you know, the Europeans, all of them, they were fighting over these spices. And it literally was a fucking spice war. Um, People don't even take herbs. A lot of people scared to take herbs or don't take herbs, and they think like all kind of hoodoo, voodoo shit, right? And it's like, you know, my father, I ain't gonna lie to you, my father was Muslim, man. He was devout Muslim, but he did used to talk some voodoo shit. I mean, I heard some stories in Ghana. In Ghana, they got some serious high level voodoo. They got like some serious voodoo practitioners in Ghana. I heard some stories. Okay. Another one is in Mali. Mali has some serious voodoo practitioners. I don't even really know that much about voodoo. I know very little about voodoo, but all I know is my daddy used to threaten my mama with voodoo. That's all I know. That's all I know about it. When I heard about it, it was my daddy threatening my mama with voodoo. She used to get under his skin, but that's a whole nother thing. But what I'm saying is, yeah, they went to war over these spices. What's going on, Alonzo? What's going on, Snowman? Yeah, I heard you, man. I heard you, Snowman. You gotta drink water. You gotta have water by your bedside. You gotta have water in your car. I got the finest, baby. Pierre, mineral water. Perrier, actually. Thought I wouldn't. You think I ain't know how to pronounce it? You thought you got me. I'm definitely a bougie dude, bougie black dude. But yeah, you gotta have water in your car. Literally, water is. I haven't even got back to sugar. I'm gonna get back to sugar. I literally got a big old case. I wish I could pick it up right now and show you. I got a big ass case of water. I ain't take it in the house. I leave it in the car. You need water because most people are heavy set or they heavyweights. I'm a heavyweight, so I'm overweight. You gotta drink. You gotta drink more water than everybody else. Like that pop and stuff. It has a lot of high fructose corn syrup in it, and it's a sugar substitute basically. And that stuff rips your kidneys apart. Okay. Um, in research, I've researched that, or I have not researched that. I heard through the grapevine, YouTube police, that high fructose corn syrup is ripping people up in different ways. That's just what I heard, YouTube police. Okay, so basically, water, you need it in your bed, and you need it in your car if you drive a lot. You need water in your book bag when you on the go. Like, yeah, cause when you overweight, you heavy set, you literally need more water than the average person, because you literally you need to. That's how you flush the fat cells out of your body, the waste out of your body. Cause all overweight means is, like, I'm overweight. I was literally in the gym. One of the hardest workouts I did was, and it usually is like that. It's the basically the leg raises. The leg raises targets the abs, and most people have a soft belly because they have stuff that basically comes down from the belly, and you know what I'm saying. Basically, basically, it's most people got a soft stomach. You know what I'm saying. But yeah, that sugar, man, just drinking pops after pops after pops. Even Gatorades, you gotta drink a whole bunch of water. I learned this, man, actually, real talk. I learned this when I was working for Comcast. I was a cable technician for Comcast. I was Xfinity. I did that for like about a few months. And they were telling you when you out in the field, it was a guy that was the trainer. He was the trainer that trained us on how to do the cabling and stuff. He said that coffee, soda are diuretics, meaning they take water from your body. Pop as well, sodas, they take water from your body. They're not a water substitute or a hydrator. They're a dehydrator. So you got to drink water to flush the diuretics out. Meaning, you drink coffee, you gotta drink. If you drink 1 cup of coffee, you gotta drink like 2 or 3 cups of water to flush the coffee down. And coffee's not bad for you. You just have to drink the water after you drink coffee. Or a lot of times, sometimes people drink tea. They drink tea, drink coffee, because tea is actually, tea hydrates you. Tea literally is herbs, hot herbs you put water in. It's literally you drinking the herbs, diluting it with water, basically hot water. That's what tea is, and thus again the reason why they had the spice war, because a lot of people were drinking and selling and making a lot of money off of tea. Okay, so he said, I'm now drinking about 200 ounces of water now. Got 52 ounces on my desk. Okay, every time I take my daughter to work, I stop by the Speedway and get extra. Yeah, and you need to learn how to purify water. You gotta get filters. You gotta make, because you got water. Water is, pretty much free. You just gotta purify it. The tap water, it's got too much bacteria in it and stuff. Basically, you could boil water, get a big pot, boil the water. Then after you boil it, freeze it. Directly after you boil it, let it sit on the stove, and then you freeze it. And then after you freeze it and it unthaws, you basically put it in a filter. Okay, and now you have what is called distilled water. You just made at home distilled water, which is very good for you. Okay, so that's just some free game right there. Um, because a lot of the water, especially like where I live right now, the water is just very low grade, low quality. Um, but I did see some improvements. But I got a house filter. I got a house filter on my main water line. Um, and I also do the same thing. I filter my water. I use prill beads and something called shungite. I learned that off I don't know where. It's some old white guy said it's basically like charcoal that it's like a rock that purifies water. So I use both of those, and then basically from that I get like mineral water. I make mineral water from that. Then I put lemon in my water. I have like lemon water. Basically, I try to stay hydrated. And then just recently, just I think yesterday or the day before, I had just a little water bottle in my room, in my bedroom. I got a big old giant water bottle. I was like, man, this little small little water bottle, man, I just have to refill it so many times. And then sometimes you're tired, you don't want to get out of bed and go get no water. Man, I got a big old stupid jar of water, um, you know, just so I don't have to do all of these fill ups. So I did a video just on water because that's the reason why a lot of times people are having these strokes and also these heart attacks, because literally they're not drinking enough water. And then the sugar, again, if you told somebody, you could just be like, you could just be like, you know how people come up and they'll just look at you like you're crazy. You just say sugar is the devil. And then they gonna be like, this nigga, get this crazy motherfucker out of my face. But if you really said sugar is the devil, it'll be hard to say it's not. It'll be hard to argue against sugar being the devil. Sugar took your grandma, your mama, your auntie, your cousins, your sister, your brother. I mean, sugar done got your aunt at the dialysis center, your granddaddy, your uncle at the dialysis center. Dialysis centers are the biggest profit growth in the United States. It's cancer, dialysis, and you can even say heart surgery, heart treatment, all heart industry or whatever. Basically, dialysis centers are popping up all over. It's not even enough of them because basically people are getting diabetes. They're literally getting diabetes. Diabetes used to be a wealthy disease. The diabetes a long time ago, it used to be a disease of the wealthy. It meant that you were so rich that you got fat. People back in like the early 1900s when they worked in coal mines, back when like 3-year-olds could work, 4-year-olds, 5-year-olds could work in a coal mine, like the early 1900s and stuff. Life was really hard. Pretty much, I'll have to say this about America back then during like the hobos, like it was a whole bunch of hobos all across the United States, and that goes into, I know the conversation is a little different than before, but this, all of this gang and graffiti and stuff like that, it doesn't come from hip hop and rap music. That is not true. The graffiti is actually, the origin of graffiti is hobos. So hobos used to basically travel all throughout the United States, and they would travel on train cars, and actually they would even go into houses that were vacant. And that's why they had to come up with new laws about like basically different laws, so people just couldn't walk in the house and just claim it basically. But the hobos used to draw on a wall on a building to direct other hobos where there's food, where there's, somewhere to sleep, like different little just clues, so to help other hobos that was passing through the area. I am not making this shit up. That is literally where graffiti came from, like literally hobos. And they used to travel on the train cars going, across town. And literally, I mean, you got to understand, they were also impregnating these women, you know what I'm saying? Back then, black, I ain't gonna say, I was about to say black women, my pause, women in general, you got to understand that these hobos was getting trimmed. You know what I'm saying? They just walking, them big ass strong legs. They, what I'm saying, walking for miles and miles. They was, they had, they was stroking. You know what I'm saying? They pretty much, they catch somebody, a woman that was just, basically going through town, and she was kind of shy. They was gonna pull some game out, talk her to get up them dress, man. Like, them hobos was probably, leaving babies all over the United States, man, going from town to town. Maybe some of them came back, but they ain't had a pot to piss in. They was hobos. But yeah, like that's where graffiti came from. But yeah, a lot of this stuff, man, is history and stuff like that. But little old me, I don't have $1 trillion. I don't have $1 billion. I don't even, to be honest, have $1 million. But what I say, I do have a following. I have a pretty big following, and that's really from talking about natural cures, natural remedies, how you can be healthier. That's what grew my channel to the subscribers that I had. And every now and again, I go off the heels and I'll be talking about this and all of that. But then I'll snap back out of it, and then I'll go back to what a lot of people subscribe to me for. My videos on health and how to become, more healthy. I definitely have a website, owlsherbs.com. And, basically it's on all of my videos just about. And I actually have some remedies. I updated my website over the weekend, and I have some natural herbs that will help you get more energy. To be honest, I need to sit down and make some more capsules for myself, because I need some more sex god, because my energy levels is way too low. I need to make some more of that when I get some time. And that's one of the best sellers that I have. I would say basically my ultimate detox and my sex god is one of my biggest herbs that I have on my catalog now. But I have other herbs too that I have to put on there. I still have quite a few herbs that I have to put on my website. So it's owlsherbs.com. That's my website. But yeah, I'm overall, I'm pretty healthy. I still have more work to be done. Yeah, sugar is the devil. It definitely is. They say that marijuana is a gateway drug. I say that sugar is a gateway drug. And yeah, sugar robs a lot of people of their life, and it's done that before I was born. And it's very, very harmful on young children and old people alike. A lot of the reason why children are so hyper, are so all over the place, is because they're eating these high um, sugary snacks and candies, and they can't sit still. They're nervous. A lot of that is based off of their sugar intake. As a parent, you have to wean them off of it at an early age. And I'm gonna be honest with you, I'm tough. You can call me whatever. I tell my daughters, sugar will kill you. Sugar will give you diabetes. Nah, your mama not telling you. Your cousin, she in the nursing home because her foot got cut off because she got diabetes. I don't lie to them, because I want, one of the things is I'm an older parent. I mean, statistically, it's not looking good on the stat side, as far as um I have to, remind them that I'm older. I'm not 25 or 28, and I just had y'all. I'm in my 40s, and I'm technically supposed to be a grandfather, not a father of small children. So I remind them, like, yeah, I'm older. It's not, me and your mom is older. So, you know, um, you just got to keep in mind. I mean, you know, the age that I am is a lot older than other parents. And the other thing is that, yeah, I tell them the real and raw, because, yeah, I'm an older parent. I don't want them to, something happen to me and then they be delusional and all messed up, and then their parents just so happen, or one of their parents, whatever, pass away, and then they walking around thinking, not knowing which way is up. So I'm really, trying to educate them on a lot of reality. And I know it might, people be like, yeah, it's robbing them of their innocence of their childhood. No, I'm gonna be honest with you. By the time I was 8 years old, I used to watch the news with my mother, and I knew who was murdering people. I knew I knew that Harold Washington died suspiciously, and that was when I was 6 years old. They said he drank some coffee and then he had a heart attack. I was 6 years old, and that was suspicious as fuck to me. Okay, and I knew who the president was at about 7 years old, 8 years old. I knew who the governor was. I knew who the mayor was. I knew what was going on because I used to watch the local news with my mother, and it was everything. People getting murdered, everything, babies, people dying, stuff going on. Whatever happened on the news that covered that day, I was watching it at 8 years old. And it really, to be honest, it really helped me because, I wanted to know. I was intrigued to know what was going on. So when I was going to school, like, I already knew who the governor was. I knew who the mayor was. Most 8-year-olds don't know shit like that. I knew what was going on. I knew about, um, a lot of stuff because I was watching the news. I used to listen to my mother, listen to my daddy. You know what I'm saying? That listen to them talk. So, and then my mother made me sit down and watch Roots when I was 5 years old. I thought that was odd, but I had to sit down and watch the shit. But then I sat her down, and I when she was older, I sat her down and I made her watch the history of the Moors in Europe. and she was blown away, you know, because basically the Moors, they basically did the same thing that the Europeans did to the black people in Africa. The Moors enslaved the Europeans, and they basically turned around and did the same thing to black people in America. It was like basically what goes around comes around kind of thing. Um, not not 100%, but that did happen. They did is they used to basically the pirates, North African pirates used to basically try to catch women off the coast of Europe and stuff, like off the coast. And some of them actually would want to be. They actually, I've watched video where different scholars were saying that some of those women asked to be taken on the ship for whatever reason. I've even heard that they wanted to actually be taken to the ship because they wanted to go to Africa or whatever. Because you gotta understand, people knew where Africa was. They had black people all in Europe. Okay, the robbery of history, because they whitewashed it and lied, and a lot of people lied to push a narrative, to push a certain racist narrative that Europe was all white, and hid the truth. And it's like, it's just a robbery of the minds, because people, they think European is the idea of Europe is a all white continent, and it's not the case. It never was the case. Going back to Grimaldi, man, to the Renaissance, the pre-Renaissance, the first kings of England was black. Edelston, it's like you see all of these pictures, these ancient pictures and art and clay figurines, coins, sculptures. It tells you the true story of what was going on in Europe and who was there. And it's like, then you feel like you ain't even got to try that hard. The Etruscans basically were black people, and they're the fathers of Greeks, the ancient Greeks and the Romans, the Etruscans. So you can wake up tomorrow and there's nothing wrong. Like, you can be the most Roman motherfucker, most Greek motherfucker you want to be. If you want to wake up tomorrow and that's what you want to be, it is nothing wrong. Historically, you could be that if you wanted to. If you wanted to wake up tomorrow and wear some fucking Russians actually, the person that basically wrote the modern Russian language was a black man too. I forgot his name, but the thing is that you wanted to wake up tomorrow and put on some Greek sandals, some Roman sandals, and a goddamn Greek gown, and go go have a bath and go into a bathhouse. You can do that shit and play some goddamn harp music and smoke some weed and some goddamn wine. You can do that historically. It'll be accurate. It'll be accurate, on point. If that's what you wanted to do. If you wanted to be a Jew tomorrow, a Hebrew, you can wake up and be a Hebrew. Be yourself. Be your historical ancestral self tomorrow. If you want to wake up and be and go outside with a goddamn a pharaoh scepter, in a goddamn Egyptian pharaoh crown, you can do that. It'll be historically accurate. You could go and put a fucking Viking uh uh helmet on with horns, and it'll be historically accurate. You could be obviously an Indian, and it'll be historically accurate. Okay, I mean, um, it is what it is. But the thing is that I'm trying to run towards pain. I'm trying to run towards this pain. Um, I'm trying to deal with this pain. You know, I'm already, pretty much dealing with a lot, but I think I felt real good at the gym. I felt like I felt a lot of pain, a lot of hurt. It's a lot of numbness, but I'm gonna try to keep going. That's all I can say. I'm gonna try my best to keep going. I videotaped it, and I'm even thinking, to be honest, I'm thinking about changing my whole channel and just making that motherfucker a fitness channel. Making this motherfucker a fitness channel. I swear to God, I'm thinking about it. Like, I'm just like two tiers. Like, I bought some fitness equipment. I mean, some fitness clothes, and I'm gonna buy some more. And I mean, shit. I'll be honest with you. I ain't gonna lie to you. Like, this might be a whole nother world, man. I already got my muscles and shit. I was lifting 400 on the leg press, 200 on the shoulder press. So I could do about 500. I know I could do about a half a ton on the leg press, because that's my superpower. Those are my superpowers, my legs and my calves. My superhuman abilities is large. My ex-wife used to always talk about my calves. She used to, my calves are superhuman. But basically, like, yeah. And then I went on a date with a chick, and she was definitely impressed by me lifting 500 pounds on the leg weights. But yeah. I mean, I'm definitely thinking about doing this, man. And I like fitness chicks. I ain't gonna lie. I gotta really, on low key, I really like these fitness chicks, man. I want to do some collaborations. I want to do some collabs in the weight room. Yeah. Yeah, man. But where I go, man, so where I'm going, you know what I'm saying? I'm dealing with the white folks, man. I mean, the gym I go to, I mean, it's the white boys, you know what I'm saying? So I'm dealing with all my problems. I'm facing them head on. You know what I'm saying? And it's a pretty decent gym, man. I ain't gonna lie. At first I was kind of hesitant about it. I'm like, damn, I just jumped out the window, and they, you know what I'm saying, they got a basketball court, but then they rent it out a lot and stuff. Because my whole thing was, I was trying to find some place to play basketball regularly, and I'm still looking for that. I ain't gonna give up, but I like this gym. It's far away, but it's got a lot of moving parts to it. It's got a lot of weights and stuff that I like, a lot of exercise equipment. You know what I'm saying? They cool, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, man, I like fitness chicks, man. Like, I ain't gonna lie to you, like, who don't like fitness chicks though? Like, that's a whole vibe right there that I really haven't really tapped into. Um, because basically I don't really work out like that. I'm gonna be honest, I don't really work out like that. My job is pretty heavy as far as I be moving and shaking, but I used to play basketball like every day when I was younger. I used to play ball every day just about. But then now it just seems like to play ball is kind of like it's different. It's just different. It's like you got to really find a place to play. So, and then they want to rent out basketball courts. Um, they don't want to have open gym. You know, like the open gym times are when everybody's at work. So, yeah, it's a little bit more complicated, man. The YMCA just got too many kids, and then pause um, on that. But as far as like you know what I'm saying, it ain't no place that I know other than LA Fitness that has like adult basketball, and then that's kind of far away. But I like the gym I got right now. I don't really need, they got a basketball court. I'm gonna figure it out as far as what times they have it, because that's a good way to burn fat and stuff like that. There's no try. There's either do it or do not. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Yeah. Yep. Yeah, I'm gonna try to do some more car videos, man. I'm gonna be honest with you, man. My house, I got a lot of shit I gotta do in there. I was just today I was installing a door. Um, I got one more door to install, and I gotta get my handyman to help me do some more projects. I gotta get this drywall started, and then I gotta sweep the basement up and get rid of all of that dirt and debris. And then I have to use the pressure washer. I got a brand new pressure washer. I gotta spray the basement floor again, and then move and get all of that debris down the drain. I already finished my retaining wall, so yeah, I did quite a bit so far, but it's still more work to be done. Um, oh, that's what I was looking for. I was looking for this damn thing. So yeah, I'm gonna get some more. I got a lot of workout gear, but I gotta probably get some more workout gear. You know what I'm saying? Hey, check out this channel. It's called Bricks Fitness, BRIX. I kind of forgot about his channel, but I was kind of looking for some inspiration, and I knew about him for years. And this dude, man, he used to be kind of a heavy set dude. He's from New York, and he's got a fitness channel and stuff, man. And he's got a whole, he got the whole lifestyle with it and stuff. And basically, man, yeah, check his channel out, man. And definitely you got Goku Pump, you got the other dude that be with him. Like, you know what I'm saying? Them dudes, man, they be inspirational, man. Even when you might not be doing stuff, man, you still have it in your mind that you know what you need to do, and you gotta eventually do it. It's either you gonna get down or you gonna lay down. You know what I'm saying? You gotta choose. Um what another thing that I was gonna say that I was saying about sugar is that I heard that sugar has certain chemical properties in it that mimics love. So a lot of times when people ain't getting love, they are running towards sugar to fill that void. That's what I heard. This is not something I researched or anything like that. That's what I heard. Now, I know people don't really talk about love and shit, right? Everybody's talking about, there's no such thing as love and shit like that. These niggas is like super duper extreme Keisha Nazis and shit. Like I mean, dude, there's fucking love. If you gotta listen to 80s music every fucking day, and 70s music and 90s music to remind your ass, because a lot of people are still not, well, it's still, well, R&B ain't really what it used to be. It's a lot of toxic R&B now. But if that's what you gotta fucking do, listen to 90s and 80s and 70s R&B to remind your ass, it's still love. It's still something called love. That's what you gotta do. You can do it. You do it. You know, yeah, like and that's what another thing I said in the last video that was all fucked up. To deal with this shit right now, you got to deal with your mind and your soul. So you got the mind, body, and soul. To really deal with this shit is a spiritual thing. This is a thing that is in your soul. It's in your mind. This is like psychological warfare, a lot of energy, like warfare and shit like that, where people just trying to suck your energy away, wasting your time, all of that type of shit. That's why I'm the person I am. People be like, damn, this nigga don't call me and all of this. I just be in my own little funk. Now, I ain't gonna necessarily say that I'm living a life of rally and all of that. I'm living the best for me. I'm living a peaceful life. Because if it ain't about no money, I really don't want, it ain't no reason for you to call me. I'm being 100% honest. If it ain't about some like spiritual upliftment, some financial upliftment, some goddamn business, some business prospecting, innovation talk, even game, put me up on something that I might not know. Like my homie called me, it was like, Miami is the spot. That's what he said. He said Miami is the spot. Okay, so guess what? My homie say Miami is the spot. Guess what? I'd say less. Miami is the spot. You know what I'm saying? And basically, damn, something moved. And I'm not scared, but that was weird as fuck. I'm about to get my ass in this house. But the thing is that basically, yeah, basically, what my homie say, I'd already heard it. My homie ain't the first person that told me that. So it's like, okay, you know what I'm saying? Get out of the Midwest, you know what I'm saying? And you know what I'm saying? Go see what's up, I still got to go to New York too. I got to go make a weekend trip to New York and see what's New York about, you know what I'm saying? I got to see what's up with that. Get that out the way. And yeah, man, it's life, man. It's life out here. And life ain't stopping, man. People flying in and out. When I went to Minnesota to the Bears game, they won. Life was going on. That was my first time on a plane in years, and probably even over a decade. Life did not stop. That plane landed and came back and forth probably 1,000 times in a year or 2 years or whatever. They got flights flying all over the fucking United States. They not stopping. This shit is going. That plane landed in a rock. It took off and landed and went right back to fucking Chicago like a goddamn bus route. That goes all throughout the day and night. This shit doesn't stop. Don't ever think that this shit stops. Now, yeah, you can stop, but don't think that this shit not stopping. People moving and going left and right, shaking and baking. You know what I'm saying? It's all good. I'm not saying that you gotta be shaking and baking or nothing like that. I'm just saying it just reminded me when I was on that plane, this shit ain't nothing. To me, it's a fucking big deal. And then it was the first football game, first NFL game I ever went to. You know what I'm saying? It was like, it wasn't shit. People do that every fucking week. You know what I'm saying? Like, that wasn't nothing. to a lot of people because that's what they used to. To me, it was a big deal. To other people, it ain't shit. It's just another travel. It's another day. It's like getting like a plane. To some people, it's just getting on a bus. It's just getting on a train. You know what I'm saying? Going down the road, like, you know what I'm saying? So it just reminded me, like, damn, this shit out here. It's like, I do a lot of trips and stuff locally and stuff, but I mean, I just said fuck it. I kept promising my cousin, man, I'm gonna come out there, I'm gonna come kick it, blah blah blah. I got tired of that shit. I was like, man, fuck that, man. I went right and I, ordered a ticket. First I ordered a hotel, but I didn't even need it, But yeah, man, I just did that shit. Got good seats. I had some haters behind me. We had to deal with a Karen, but whatever. But it just, man, you gotta sometimes just live your life too, man. You gotta just take that trip, man. When you get older, when you get like 40, I'll just say for myself, you get to experience the fact that you gotta live your fucking life a little bit more, because the next 40 you 80 years old. If you 40 now, the next 40 you 80, and then you just think about all of the people that didn't even make it to 80. You know what I'm saying? It's like you gonna start fucking be like, man, I'm gonna fucking buy this shit. I'm gonna live my life. I'm not gonna go too crazy, but I'm gonna goddamn try to do something and really do it, because I know, you know what I'm saying, it's like if I just put it off, time is pretty much have already went past me. The 80s was a long time ago. New Jack City was a long time ago, in the words of Chris Rock. You know what I'm saying? That shit was, it seemed like it was yesterday, but it was a long time ago, man. A lot of shit happened. And just because people call you a nerd or lame or whatever the fuck, you survived a lot of shit. If you was born in the early 80s and you still around now, you are OG because you survived this shit. You survived all of these wars, all of these attacks, all of this shit. Just think about all of the news stories, all of the things that happened. Your ass survived that shit. I don't give a fuck if it just you went to work and you came home and sometimes you went to sleep and sometimes you couldn't sleep. Your ass survived that shit. You goddamn thorough. You a thorough dude. A thorough woman, because you survived that shit. You survived it. You survived it. You survived life, like, you know what I'm saying? And if you a ghetto survivor like myself, and you overcame that shit and you trying to overcome it again, you get used to overcoming the ghetto. Well, you know what? I made the ghetto a better place, man. You know what I'm saying? People talking about, I don't wear no goddamn red hat talking about make America great again. I just make America great again, motherfucker. That's what I do. I built this shit up. The block the house I have was abandoned for like 20 years. This motherfucker, man, as soon as the motherfucker come down the road, the goddamn light just turns on. You know what I'm saying? That light ain't turned on in 20 years. And I know it's some symbolic stuff to that and all of that, you know what I'm saying? Alonzo knows. But yeah, man, I still got more work to do. Shit, I got a lot more to do outside on the exterior. But I don't gotta wear no goofy ass dunce hat or nothing. I'm actually out here doing this shit. I'm making America great again. Is you can see me making America great again, not just wearing no dunce hat like look at me here. No, I'm actually you can see me making America great again. I mean, shit. I got a whole block that I made America great in. You know what I'm saying? I don't just, talk about it. I don't wear no dunce hat. I'm actually doing this shit. You know what I'm saying? So, and I got more to do. I got way more to do, man. This shit ain't nothing what I'm doing. And it's everything. The shit what I done already is everything. But it ain't nothing. This shit ain't nothing. I got more cars to get. You know what I'm saying? I like that car talk you was talking about, Alonzo, this morning, man. That was like, damn, it just had me think about all them cars I had, man, and all the cars I done worked on, man. I don't really talk about it, but I've been working on cars since I was a little boy. I used to help my uncle out, man. I've been working on cars. I took auto mechanics in high school. Me and my homie used to work on cars, man, changing radios, all of that stuff, man. We was teenagers, man. And when I got older, I started doing brakes. I started swapping out rotors, starters, radiators. I can change out a radiator on any car. On my right hand, I could change a damn near radiator out on any car. I hate certain cars. Certain cars are harder than others, but I can change a radiator out on any car. I change ignition switches on cars. I get down on. I mean, I'm mechanical. Like, certain people have a way they learn and the way they do stuff. I'm a hands-on type of guy. Like, I can, you know what I'm saying? Like, if I see a video, I used to have. If you got a car, you should have a car manual. You should have a car manual for any car you got. Service manual. Every car I usually got, I had a service manual for it, and it tells you step by step how to repair and replace certain parts. Some people can't do it, and I'm not saying that you got to do it. I'm not trying to pump you up to do it, but the thing is that's another thing. That's why I call myself the broke genius, because I know how to do a lot of shit, and working on cars is definitely something I fucking know how to do. Shit, I can go work in a mechanic shop tomorrow. Matter of fact, some of the people around me, like in my neighborhood, they got a car shop. I could have just started working with him. Like, I just didn't do it because them niggas be, you know what I'm saying, shooting at motherfuckers. Like, it go down, you know what I'm saying? I don't want to be, I ain't trying to swap out no engine and then I catch a bullet in the back. You know what I'm saying? Like, nah, I'm not. No, sir. But yeah, I can work in a mechanic shop, man. I can be a grease monkey. I've done it, I worked on my car. I mean, I try to put on gloves, but yeah, man, I'll be working on cars, man. I just don't be liking to do it. When you get older, I'll say for myself, I know a lot of people said this too. When you get older and you working, you don't feel like working on no cars. You just want to take it in the shop. You're not about to get taken advantage of because you know cars. If you know cars, and you should know cars. You should know the parts of cars. You should know how much they cost. You should know what the labor cost is involved with putting those parts on. And basically, you won't get taken advantage of. And like, I know pretty much what the prices is of parts, and I know what the labor that's involved. So yeah, I'm not working on cars like that. Like now, and then I don't really have the tools. I don't have a lot of tools to work on cars like I used to. But I could if I wanted to, work on a car, but it takes time, it takes patience to do that. And I'd rather just pay somebody, man, that got a mechanic shop, and that's what they do full time. All they do is work on cars. But it's a lot of opportunities still in this world. Like right now, it's definitely a full moon, it's definitely a retrograde. Um, it's still opportunity. Right now, actually, a lot of women are kind of hot right now. They getting wet. Like, it's that time of the month. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's another little thing, right? During that full moon, yeah, like start women start, you know what I'm saying, giving you some choosing signals and stuff like that. But and you should try to, you know what I'm saying? You should try to, go out there, man. Like a man, one of the biggest things I got from Ron Wills, one of his best videos that I watched was about being a dog. That was one of the best videos Ron Wills had. It was like one of them. And that's how you got it. Like a dog just gonna sniff that motherfucking goddamn back of that bitch, and he know it's time, and he gonna just start getting the humping. And I mean, like, you know what I'm saying? And he gonna go to the next. It's like when women know you's a motherfucking dog ass nigga, you know, are aggressive and ready to go. You know what I'm saying? And if you have that energy and they could pick up on it, and you be surprised where that could lead you. And I'm not talking about no Me Too shit, you know. A lot of times it's so crazy, right? Because this is a nerd. You can say, yeah, it's a nerd world. This internet I'm on, this fucking YouTube, the nerds created this shit, so I can talk on my phone through the internet and all that shit. So sometimes this shit is easy, but you gotta understand. This is what I was saying. I was saying this on DJ Kuda's channel. You can't take this shit too serious. This internet shit. You can, if you take this too serious and you believe what you see, like as far as whatever you see on the internet, on Instagram, on Facebook, on Twitter, if you literally believe that that's what you see, that is who is out here. Like those women that you see, they're marketing themselves on YouTube, on Facebook, primarily Facebook and Twitter and Instagram. If you think that's all that's out there and you just stay on there and that's your world, like you trying to like a bitch to death so she can talk to you, so she can like you, I promise you, that's a losing battle. That is a losing battle. You have to live your life and not take that shit serious. You whatever you got to do that, you have to, because this is what's going to happen if you don't do that. Your eyes is going to trick your mind to think that this shit is real. And them women are manipulating motherfuckers on the internet because they're creating a scarcity reality, because it's the internet. You can't jump in I can't jump in the goddamn phone and get a bitch. This is not, you know what I'm saying? This is fucking this is a smartphone. This is the internet. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can try to message chicks, that can work, but the thing is like, if you take it too serious to where you really care, you really are scared to. This is God's honest truth. I promise. If I'm lying, I'm dying. I DM Ebony Williams. That ain't shit. I know that ain't nothing. But I said fuck it. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I just said fuck it, man. Hey, I DM the broad. She ain't respond. She probably got other motherfuckers doing the same thing. But I don't take this shit serious like that. And I was in a certain mood, like, no, I don't take this shit serious. Give a fuck. I mean, and the thing is like, I don't take this shit serious like that. I know, and then I realized, I reminded myself, this is what this is. You literally got chicks that's trying to market themselves, and they really fall for it too, that they're like so much of a superstar. And then they going home to an apartment that's messy, and they got to go to work tomorrow, and they don't feel like cleaning it up, and that's their reality. But they got 1,000 followers on Twitter, and a whole bunch of dudes that like their photo when they post it, and then a bunch of dudes that DM them that could actually help their life out. That could actually help them basically hire a maid. They can go 50-50 and hire a maid to clean up their dirty ass apartment. And then while the apartment clean, they can have a nice meal in a clean apartment and have some high quality sex without having to use a rose or some other fuck boy that is not going to help you go 50-50 or whatever the fuck the case may be. And they got their existence based off of dopamine that they get from likes off of Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. So will fuck you up. This internet world, promise you, I promise you, these nerds, man, they look awkward and all that, but a lot of these motherfuckers got Teslas now, and they fucking bitches in their Tesla. They might be paying them and spending a lot of money for them and all of that shit, but they if you really follow this shit, you beat this motherfucking shit right here. Like I said, use your mind. Getting the fuck off this bitch. You can get on and then get off and live your life. Live reality. The bitches is not on fucking Instagram and Facebook and Twitter. They're in their fucking apartments. They're driving their cars. They're in their houses. They're not on fucking their Twitter and Instagram. They playing with you motherfuckers. They literally playing with your souls because you believe this fucking cyber world. This is fucking, they wake up and go down, open up Twitter and start lying and creating posts and shit and trying to manipulate people on the fucking, on the goddamn app. Women like food, man. I got a female cat, man. It's like, it's like an Egyptian cat. Like, it's dark. It's a black cat. Besu. I ain't really women like food, man. They like you better off focusing on opening a goddamn restaurant than trying to be mesmerized by these broads, man. Food. That's all you need to fucking know. Okay? Now how you deal with that, how you deal with it. I'm not saying you go out and start tricking and dating on meals with women, but I'll just say women fucking like food, man. You know what I'm saying? They like food, like dinners. They like premium dinners, surf and turf, crab boils, seafood boils. They like, some of them like oysters. They like all kinds of different meals, man. They love, you absolutely don't understand how much women love food. That's why they always talking about dates and shit. Fuck all of that. They gonna eat whatever. They love chicken wings and fries. I promise you they do. They love fucking chicken wings. I'm in the hood. They eating chicken wings and fries. I mean, I'm probably, and that shit ain't good for you. But I'm telling you, they like food, man. Learn how to cook, man. Open up a restaurant. Get you about $50,000. That's on my millionaire savings plan. Opening up a restaurant. Get you a restaurant. Make it luxe. Make it as luxe as you possibly can. Make it high quality. Make the food very, very spicy. Not so much spicy, but just like rich in taste and everything like that. And definitely incorporate some seafood. You gonna make tons of money. You gonna have a fucking whatever car you want outside. When you drive off, you come in. Women ain't gonna be a problem, bro. Cause you gonna deal with all your problems with that restaurant. Man. Oh my God. Oh my God. I said what I said. I think I covered everything that I mentioned. Um, you know, yeah. So yeah, man. Running towards the pain is therapy, man. Run towards the pain. Try it out. You know, see how that works out. Do an experiment.